Welcome. This is the Midnight Marshmallow Society. Thank you for joining us. Tonight's tale seeps from the misty edge of northern Maine, where a lone photographer found herself deep in the boglands, tracking light and stumbling on something that doesn't move. Until you do.
There's a kind of quiet you only find in places with no people. The kind that isn't peaceful. It's too quiet, like something's holding its breath. That's the kind of quiet I found in Raven's Bog. I'm a wildlife photographer. Nothing fancy, just a decent camera, a weatherproof bag, and the stubborn belief that if you sit still long enough, nature shows up. I'd heard rumors of rare marsh owls that nested along the old bog line, just east of Greystone Bluff, the kind that don't show up in books. I thought I'd get a few shots, maybe sell to a magazine, a quick 2-day solo trip. But Raven's Bog had different plans. The first red flag should have been the road. GPS just gave up halfway there. The trailhead looked unused for years, overgrown, signs rusted through, the wooden gate split and hanging by one hinge. I thought it was charming. I took a picture of it. I shouldn't have. By midday, I was 2 miles in. The air was thick, wet, and still. No bird song, no bugs, just air, heavy like syrup. Even the trees felt wrong, all white-barked, tall and narrow like someone had planted them too close on purpose. And then there were the carvings. Tiny ones, symbols maybe, scratched into bark every 100 feet or so, circles with dashes, 3 slashes beneath, always in groups. I told myself it was some old trail marker system. I moved on. That night I made camp near a dry patch of moss, pitched my bivvy, ate cold lentils from a can, watched the mist roll in low and silent, curling around the trees. I remember thinking, this place hasn't been touched in decades, and that's when I saw the first one. Across the waterline, maybe 50 feet away, a figure, not moving, just standing there, half hidden behind a cluster of reeds. I froze, raised my camera, zoomed in. It was a person, or shaped like one, but wrong. Its arms hung too low, fingers longer than they should be, and its face. No detail, like someone smeared it out. I snapped a photo. The shutter broke the silence like glass cracking, and in that second, it tilted its head. Not fast, just a slow, deliberate lean. I didn't sleep that night, just zipped myself into my bivvy and watched the fog. Morning came slow and gray. When I finally unzipped the bivvy, there were footprints around it. Not mine. Deep, bare, and worse. When I checked my camera, the photo I took was gone. Not deleted, just missing. Every other photo was there, except that one. I should have left right then, but I didn't. I told myself I imagined it. I even laughed. Until I saw another one. Midday, about a quarter mile from camp. This time, it was crouched, perfectly still by a pool of standing water. Its reflection didn't match its pose. It looked like it was smiling. I ran. Branches sliced at my arms. The fog got thicker, and the deeper I went, the more of them I saw. Still shapes. Frozen, watching, always watching. Some stood in the trees, some curled beneath fallen logs. One was hanging, not by a rope, just hanging, upside down like a bat, still as stone. They never moved, not unless I blinked. And every time I blinked, they were closer. By the time I found the gate again, it was night, but it was closed, repaired, solid wood, chained shut. I don't remember it having a lock. I turned around. There were 3 of them now, standing just beyond the mist, not moving, waiting. I screamed, threw a rock, nothing. Then I took out my camera and hit the shutter, and they were gone. Not walked away, gone. Just empty fog and wet leaves, and I ran to my car, drove without stopping for 2 hours, and that was 6 days ago. But here's the thing. When I got home, I checked my camera. That last photo, the one that made them vanish, it's still there, but now the figures aren't in it. My living room is. Only now, in the bottom corner of the frame, there's a figure, just barely visible, standing behind my couch.
Ava doesn't take pictures anymore. She covered every mirror in her home, sleeps with the lights on. She says sometimes the fog rolls beneath her door frame, even when the windows are shut. Some say the still ones are spirits, guardians of the bog. Others think they're not spirits at all. Just something old, something patient, something that doesn't like being seen. So if the trees feel too quiet, if you find carvings in a language you don't know, if you spot a shape that doesn't move when everything else does, don't blink, don't breathe. And whatever you do, don't take the shot. Because some things don't want to be captured. The fire's fading now, but the story, it stays with you. If what you heard tonight kept you looking over your shoulder, you're one of us now. Follow the flicker at Midnight Marshmallow Society on Instagram. There you'll find more than stories. You'll find signs, threads, marks of the society, t-shirts for the chosen, clues for the curious, and a fire waiting to be rekindled. Until next time, keep your matches dry and your back to the woods, because the next story might already be watching.